Hello and welcome to the class on comparison operators. And what are comparison operators? If you might ask, comparison operators are simply comparing between two values if they are 1 greater than the other, 2 lesser than the other, 3 if they are equal. Then we have cases where we want to compare if value is greater than or lesser than the other, if the value is lesser or greater than the other. Those are cases where we use comparison operators. Now, we're going to compare two values, say 1 less than 2. Now, this is what comparison is all about. We are comparing these two values just by writing this line of code. Python knows that we are comparing between two values if one is less than 2. So we'll run that and it says true, that 1 is actually lesser than 2. So if we compare 2 less than 1, it says false. 2 is not less than 1. Now if we compare if 2 is lesser or equal to 1, it also says false, that this integer 2 is neither lesser or equal to 1. We can also go ahead to compare, say if 2 is equal to 1, and it says false. 2 is not equal to 1. So we can go ahead and do any kind of numeric comparison, and your output will always be a Boolean value. You always get a Boolean value, true or false. It's always going to be either one of those. So we can check if 5 is equal to 5, and it says true. 5 is equal to 5. You can compare if 5 is greater than 6, and that result is false. 5 is not greater than 6. Or say is 5 greater than 4, and that result says true. 5 is actually greater than 4. So this is what comparison operators do. They help us compare one value against the other. We can also compare strings. We can compare if high is equal to high, and it says false. We can also, now if we do this, if high is equal to high, now we get true, that high is actually equal to high. Now that's for comparison operators. You can keep playing around, keep trying different new things, but for now this is all we'll talk about comparison operators. In the next class we'll go ahead and look at other type of operators, logical operators, or the control flow statement as some people will call it. Until that video, keep practicing and keep trying out new things. See you there.